Oh, it's streaming on YouTube already. Done redirecting YouTube. Well, I'm just making sure it works here. So before I get started. All right. Hey, Jareth, I'm going to ask you real quick to do something for me. Well, I can do it. It's fine. Hi, everyone. We'd be on Facebook Live right now, but it's busted. We're on YouTube right now. Yay! It's the second show of Bombing Run. Yay! We got a great set of comedians trying to see if they are a Joker Ace or if they're a bomber. Tonight, we have 3 competitors. We have, let me get my mouse to work. Hey, Mr. Mouse, work. Oh. Whoa, where did the mouse go? Hey, that's good when you do it on live. All right, okay. I feel so unprofessional. Oh, the mouse is working. There we go. Oh, no, it isn't. Way over there. All right, so our 3 competitors are... Oh, hey, Jareth, can you help me? Because I'm blind. Hold on.
Want me to tell another joke?
No. I'm going to make you co-host and help me.
Ron. His parents named him A.A. Ron because they knew he was going to be a freaking alcoholic who couldn't run technology.
Thank you. Our competitors tonight are Reva Riley. And we have Newman's Shake. And we have Joey Cerrone. Yay! Each of these comics are going to do 5-minute sets. Our judge, who is incognito right now, will decide who is a Joker Ace or a bomber. So first up to the mic is Reva Riley, and I will give you the time. Hold on, let me get you started. Oh, hey, where do you want to start? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Okay, Reva Riley, and you go. Yay!
Hello, my name is Reva Riley, and just this summer I returned to the United States after nearly 6 years living in England. And I wanted to tell you about the moment I knew I needed to come home. So like so many others, the pandemic ruined things for me. I had a great life in London. I was a fish biologist by day, a comedian by night, pretty standard stuff. And then the pandemic hit, my eccentric roommate disappeared, and I found myself alone in my apartment for months on end. There I bonded with the spider behind my bookcase by day and Netflix with no chill by night. Humans were not intended for solitude, and quarantining alone got weird. I named all the carp in the local ponds, and it just wasn't enough. And I could tell things were going off the rails when I spent about 50 pounds, which is $70 US, on American candy. I became totally nocturnal to shift onto an American time zone schedule, and I developed an extremely embarrassing crush on Captain America. I don't even like comic book movies, and yet there I was, a full-grown woman, watching interview clips of Chris Evans on YouTube and mourning my dignity. And this crush particularly mortified me, more recently because of the penis scandal, but even before, because although a lot of people are very reasonably into Chris Evans, he's really not my usual type. My taste runs towards wispy intellectuals. I honestly think sweater vests are extremely sexy. My previous celebrity crushes include Chandler Bing, Giles, the British librarian from Buffy, and Spock, the science officer. So I was pretty upset to find myself lusting for this square-jawed, star-spangled beefcake. I mean, I'm a vegetarian. When I imagine my ideal partner, I see the kind of person who has their own label maker. So this weighed on me for a long time, and I finally confessed my crush to my best friend from college, Annabelle. And I'll never forget what Annabelle said to me. In a bid to defend my honor, she said, "Don't worry, you don't have a shameful celebrity crush on Chris Evans. You're just homesick. You're horny for America." Needless to say, I immediately bought my plane ticket home, and that joke helped get me through my last weeks of English isolation before I returned to my family home and had to immediately begin 2 weeks of American isolation after traveling. Clearly concerned about how I was going to survive 2 more weeks of solitude, Annabelle sent me a gift to cheer me up. When I opened the gigantic box, my heart skipped a beat, for lo and behold, this is a thing I own now. And let's just say I don't have to quarantine alone anymore. And now that I'm back in my home country with this Captain America cutout intended for a 10-year-old boy's birthday party, I've been thinking about what it means to grow up and how different growing up is in England versus America. Like, England looks really reserved and gentle and civilized from the outside, but there is a weird, dark underbelly of British culture. Like, have you heard of Peter Rabbit? It's like supposed to be this children's book about like whimsical rabbits and sweater vests. Like, it's often used to market Easter chocolate, but that's not what it is. Peter Rabbit is the most twisted, traumatizing thriller I've ever encountered. And bear with me. Peter Rabbit begins with Peter Rabbit's mother reminding her children of their father's murder. She then beseeches them to avoid their father's fate by doing one simple thing: don't trespass in their father's murderer's garden. This is classic horror movie stuff. Stay away from the murder house. And so dumbass Peter immediately goes against his mother's advice and spends the entire book trying desperately to evade his father's killer. And like, all of this for a bloody radish. And I remember distinctly where I was when I discovered the truth about Peter Rabbit. I was having a meltdown like this one in a small Peter Rabbit themed shop in the idyllic Lake District, and a nearby British woman interjected, "Oh yes, it's horrible, isn't it? That's how they teach us Brits not to feel things." So my visceral horror about this murder rabbit story showed me that I might be too emotional for England. I'll take Captain America. Anyway, thank you. That's me.
All right. Thank you so much. Right, Riva? I mean, yeah, Riva. Sorry. Where'd that go? All right. I should say, I'm gonna say, okay, you're on Spotlight still, so I don't know why I went to this. What is your social media shares? You want to give them out?
Sure. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, like everyone else, I suppose. I'm just at Riva J. Riley.
All right. You got any shows coming up? Are you doing anything else? Or are you pretty much...
Yeah, I've got yes, I do have one coming up. I don't remember what though, so that's not convenient. So
it goes with this night, really. And technology is just escaping me tonight, so that's all right. Let's give it a round of applause to Riva, guys. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, and the judge says they are done judging Riva right now. So we're going up to our next comic. Please welcome to the stage, Newman Shake. Yay!
So my name's Newman. Found out recently that one of my friends was cheating on his girlfriend, and I thought that was kind of messed up. So I asked him like why he was doing that, and he gave me the creepiest response he ever could, because he just kind of leaned in and whispered in my ear, "There's no such thing as cheating, only surprise polygamy." Yeah, he's a cult leader now, but I do have a lot of friends in relationships that aren't cheating, but the weird thing is that they like kind of brag about not cheating, like that's how low the bar is for them. Like their big romantic gesture is just like not sleeping with someone else. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like bragging about not cheating while you're in a relationship is kind of like having a Tinder bio which just says "I won't hit you." Like nobody thought you were, but now that you brought it up, we're all just kind of concerned, you know? I know I used to have a Tinder because desperate times call for desperate measures. I saw a lot of weird people on it. Like I saw this one woman and her bio was just God first, which made me feel bad about my bio, which was just please. I also tried this dating app called Bumble, which I don't know if you guys know what it is, but it's this dating app where if you're a dude who matches with the woman has to message first, which I feel like is a great idea in theory. But women almost never message first, and I don't blame them. because they have like these two modes on dating apps where their first mode is just like casually swiping to see if a dude's hot or not. And they have the second mode where after they match with a dude, they start carefully inspecting that dude's pictures and ask themselves questions like, can I see myself in a relationship with this person? Or is this person going to kill me? Whereas dudes only have one mode on dating apps where they look at a picture of a woman for 3 seconds and ask themselves a question like, is she worth an Uber? Or like, can I tolerate this chick for 3 hours? I also tried this dating app called Coffee Meets Bagel, which markets itself towards professionals, but really what it is like LinkedIn with the possibility of sex. And that sucks for me because I don't exactly have a sexy resume. Like my 8 months at Starbucks aren't exactly what women are looking for in a dude. I don't know. I might just suck at dating in general. Like I'm saying this because I was on a Tinder date a couple months ago, and me and this woman were watching The Notebook, and we got to like the Ferris wheel scene of the movie, which is basically the scene where Ryan Gosling's character threatens to kill himself unless Rachel McAdams' character goes out with him. And we as a society were just kind of okay with that because Ryan Gosling looks like Ryan Gosling. And while we were watching this scene, my date turns around to me and she's like, would you do this for me? Like, would you be suicidal over me? And, you know, that's a pretty big red flag, but I'm from California where like not having a red flag is also kind of a red flag. So I went with it. So she asked me this question, like, would I kill myself over her? And I feel like she's like fishing for like yeah, I would totally kill myself over you. But I think honesty is really important in a relationship. So I said, absolutely not. And I told her it wasn't her fault. There's only one woman in the world right now that I would kill myself over. And her name is Betty White. You are an Arby's cashier I met on Tinder. So you're not even on the same level, you know? I'm sorry if that offended you. Not because I don't mean it, just that you like Arby's. Like, get better taste. I feel like the Food Network is the most American way to say that we do not care about world hunger. Like starving children, we have MasterChef Junior, you know? I feel like HGTV is probably the most American way to say we don't care about homelessness either. And let's see. I guess I'll end it with this. I follow OJ Simpson on Twitter because I don't have time to watch Making a Murder on Netflix. That is me. Thank you.
All right, let's give a round of applause for Newman Shake, guys. Yay! And Newman, where can we find you on social media?
I mostly use Instagram and Twitter. My Instagram is Crispy Newman, and it's Crispy with a K. And then my Twitter is Crispy_Newman. Crispy is also with a K.
Awesome. And you doing any new shows coming up, or are you pretty much?
I'm just open micing right now. I'm not new to this stuff. I'm pretty new to this stuff. So
I guess I should ask Riva too. How long have you been doing comedy?
Not quite a year.
Okay, and Newman?
I had a weird schedule. Like I did it first in 2018, and then I did it once in 2019. I completely bombed. I didn't do it again until like the beginning of 2020 for 2 months.
And you come on bombing runs to see if you bomb or not.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you so much. And now the judge says they're good. So our next and final competitor coming up to the stage is Joey Cerrone. Yay!
What's up, guys? A few years back, I was accused of international terrorism, so I know what it's like to bomb. That's a terrible joke. No, I was on a family vacation with my family in Florida, and I had a big old suitcase, like kind of like late life Elvis size. It was like chunky, and the TSA agent zeroed in immediately, and he's like, "All right, buddy, what do we got going on?" As soon as he says that, I'm just dripping sweat. Keep in mind, I was 11 years old at the time. I would have been the world's youngest drug lord. And he grabs my big old Elvis suitcase. And he's like, oh, that's a terrible joke. He sets it down on the table. And he's like, all right, what do we got going on in there? And I'm speechless, obviously, because I've never been detained by the TSA before. So he He unzips the bag. Imagine his surprise when 5 hardcover Harry Potter books came tumbling out. While he had me there, drugs, come on in, cocaine, please. But this guy was like, no, 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 no. This JK lady, she's up to something. I have a smooth brain. I'm very stupid. I'm not very smart at all. A good example of this was first semester freshman year. I'm a sophomore right now, so last year of college. I just forgot to go to class. Whoops, the daisy. I forgot. And I'll tell you what, having bad grades sucks. Having to tell your parents about having bad grades, well, that's awful. Having your parents find out about your bad grades because you lost your good student discount from State Farm, priceless. Absolutely priceless. I got a text and they're like, hey, why did our rates go up? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I thought you were supposed to protect me, Jay, from State Farm. What are you wearing, by the way? All my dirty laundry? Phenomenal. That's great. I've been thinking a lot over quarantine because I've been doing Zoom classes and stuff. And I'm really jealous of the 7th grade boys, because when you're in 7th grade and you're a male, you go through something that no one should ever have to go through. It's the rogue erection phase. Terrible. And I, like every other kid, had my scrapes, but I'm jealous of the 7th graders now, because if that happens in a Zoom class, all they have to do is just pop the camera up. But I didn't have that luxury. And so I had the nickname the math debater for 5 years after, because I went up to the chalkboard with one of those. I was super stressed out during my bad grades. So a friend of mine recommended that I try Xanax. Don't worry, it was all above the books, which means I met the guy in the library, but it wasn't working for me. I was on it, I was trying it for a couple months, and it wasn't working for me. Until my friend came up to me and he goes, you're supposed to take that orally. I had been doing it the other way. They should really put instructions on the baggie or something. Again, I have a very small brain. That doesn't compute for me. Something that feels racist, but I know isn't. I've never seen a black lab that's a seeing eye dog. I don't know where that came from, but I've never seen one. I know that's not racist, but that's just like my kind of woke liberal self trying to find something. Here's a terrible joke. And it's also a little bit of advice for anyone struggling for stuff out there. If you're a drug addict, don't go upstairs. If the drugs are in the attic, stay on the ground floor. That's such a stupid joke. I ran that one by my roommate and he was like, don't ever perform that anywhere. And I was like, that seems like something I should perform all the time. It's a terrible joke. I'll end on this. I don't like hot air balloons for a couple of reasons. Number one, it is the most boring thing you could do in the air. There's no adrenaline there. I mean, the only thing that could go wrong really is like you pick the wrong cheese. So like skydiving, you could die, but no, hot air balloon, you're just moving literally like that. Number two, the only thing that we use is transportation where we don't know where we're going. Imagine if you got on a plane and the pilot was like, thank you so much for flying Southwest to wherever the wind is strongest. Like, I just hate hot air balloons. That's a couple of reasons. Thank you guys so much. I've been Joey.
All right, let's give a round of applause for Joey Cerrone, everybody. Yay. And Joey, your social media links, where are you going to be next?
On Instagram, it's Joey Cerrone 4. And then on Twitter, it is Joey Cerrone _. And then I actually have a couple of live shows coming up in person, but not on Zoom. So if anyone lives in Indiana, come check me out.
Awesome. All right, that's cool. You got, and how many? How long you been in comedy?
7 months.
7 months. Awesome. All right. So we're just waiting on the judge. So let's think about this. How do you feel about your sets? You guys feel good about your sets?
Yeah. You guys were great. Really enjoyed
I'll
it.
try to be confident. If
I think all three of you were great. I really like it. All right. Judge has decided. First place, the Joker Ace. The person that won and will get a badge and a slot on October 10th, This Just In News comedy show. This is the pin. Is, do you have drum roll over there, Jareth? Reva Riley, yay! She got first. All right. So how do you feel about that?
I'm stoked. Yeah, awesome.
Cool. All right. Coming in second, which doesn't get much, except maybe another shot at someday, is Joey Cerrone. Yay, you got second.
you.
Awesome. And the person that bombed tonight, according to the judge, don't blame me, I just take his orders from what he says, is Newman Shake. Yay, Newman, you bombed tonight. That's
Thanks.
okay. That's okay. By the way, the judge says they will give you notes later on. I will send them to you. But
Cool.
thank you for participating, Newman. How do you feel about winning a pin for losing tonight? Do you feel good about that?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's an accomplishment.
Hey, we all bomb, but this time you get a little trophy for it. Well,
Yeah.
pin.
Mhm.
But that's cool. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, guys. You guys were all great. And once again, thank you, Reva, for the winner. Let's all give her a round of applause for winning tonight, Reva. Yay! And she gets a spot on This Just In News Comedy Club show October 10th. So mark your calendar, Reva. We'll talk later.
Very good.
And let's thank our judge. Thank you, Judge. It is actually a robot from Mars. I paid top quality for this robot. You'll never know who this judge is. I guarantee it. So thank you for tuning in. I will be posting this back on Facebook, and I had it on YouTube, but I will post it on the other groups. But thank you for being part of the show. And I'm going to shut off this stream. Stay tuned next week for another episode of Bombing Run. Yay!